Good afternoon, Nigeria, and welcome to another explosive episode of Acide Hot right here on Active Citizens. So today we'll be diving into 4 burning realities trending in Nigeria. But I'm not alone in the studio. I am right here with the ever beautiful Sharon Enemchukwu. Good afternoon, Sharon.
Good afternoon. How are you
Oh,
doing?
you're feeling yourself. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well.
You look beautiful as
and
always.
So do you.
Yes,
You look
thank you.
amazing.
Thank you. And yet we have another beautiful guest in the studio in the person of OKK Genevieve. Good afternoon,
Good
Genevieve.
afternoon.
How are
Good
you doing this
afternoon.
afternoon?
I'm fine.
You
Good
look so
afternoon.
natural and beautiful.
I'm trying my best.
You're trying your best. Okay. Well, all right. Let's go into the story of today. Now, first, Nollywood actress Shine Roseman has stirred controversy with her statement that the Nigerian society, in her words, genuinely hates women. Her comment has generated wild reactions on social media, with many linking it to ongoing discussion surrounding actress Regina Daniels and her husband, Senator Ned Nwoko. Observers say the development reflects continuing public scrutiny of women in the entertainment industry and the challenges faced by female public figures in Nigeria. The question here is Shine Roseman exaggerating, or is she saying what most women are afraid to admit? Sharon.
All right. I like as you're going straight to the question.
No protocols.
No protocols observed, anything,
Yeah.
but I like that. Some days call for that. And with what Shine Roseman came out to say, that women are hated in her society, which means Nigeria and the society we all live in. Whether I agree to that or not, or whether I think other women are afraid to admit that, I don't think women are afraid generally. I think with our generation, there have been more women coming out to speak out when they are oppressed or when they are being maltreated. But for that particular statement that Shine Roseman made, because of the type of culture we have and the system that we practice, a patriarchal culture, which means that they are going to put men above women. It is an age-long, it is something that is embedded in our culture. So based off of that note, to a large extent, I agree that the society does not actively favor women in this side of the world. So.
Well said. Now, Genevieve, I just want to ask, because we're seeing a lot going on social media about Regina Daniels and the husband, the buzz was going on, the what's it called, intimidation, the fights, yes, the rest of them. And I'm like, everybody on social media is just pointing fingers at Regina Daniels and her husband, and nobody is actually saying, oh, Ned is actually an abuser. Ned is a woman beater. But everybody is pointing towards Regina Daniels, that she is a drug addict, she did this one. So I just wanted to get your opinion. Do you think what Shine Roseman said is quite apt, or do you think otherwise?
Well, I don't know. I guess I and Sharon think alike in this context. Because also in religion, just as she said this thing has been embedded since a very long time. Even in religion, they will tell you that the man is the head of the house and the woman is under him and everything. So I feel like I feel like what Shine Roseman is saying is the truth. Women has always been, under. It always takes us a lot of cry, tears, advocacy before we are being heard. So what she's saying is actually the truth, and it's a bold courage for her to come out and keep saying it, because we need to keep hearing, we need to keep talking about the injustice that is being played on us.
I wanted to make comments when you asked that question. I wish I was the one who asked the question. If what is happening with Regina Daniels and her husband, you see, this is a very clear sign. This one just really, to be honest, I was shocked. Yes, when I saw how quickly people were quick to change the narrative.
Yeah.
You see someone coming out to complain, oh, the violence is too much, which means I'm being abused.
Nobody even want to debunk what is happening.
The matter has not even settled.
They don't want to debunk it.
It has not even been up to 2 days. Immediately,
they're already making assumptions.
Network came up with, okay, this person is a drug abuser, she is violent, she is this, she's that.
The main thing is, why do you even have to bring up that in there?
We saw that video, right, of the people. There was a man wearing a white senator that came, and I don't know the altercation he was having with Regina Daniels. Now, can Ned Woko come out with evidences? He said that she was in a rehab, right? Let us know the name of that institution. I know you are not supposed to put this thing public, but because you have put a certain level of this information out, let us see it through to the end, because imagine saying someone is a drug abuser, you have tarnished that person's image for life.
Yes.
So I just don't think that it's nice the way they were quick to rush
they didn't debunk the main issue. He just brought out, I feel like him bringing out those things was for him to back up himself. Exactly. They want to change the narrative
and make her look like a bad guy.
But apart from that too, I think I share the same school of thought with you guys, because over the years women are being positioned to stay or remain under a man. And now in this present condition or situation that we are in Nigeria, you could see that women are now sprouting up and they are reaching the peak of their career. And when you see one person come out and pose Lamborghini on social media, the first thing people will say, who is the senator or who is the person that he or she is sleeping with that bought her car. They can't even imagine that she could actually rose in her career and afford a car. They are always attributing it to a man or the other, and to the whole thing to one man or the other. For me, I feel like it's more like underrating women. And this thing of women being independent, I don't know why some men actually have serious problem with it. When you don't have anything, they will say you have become a liability to a man. And then when you are independent, they equally find it problematic. They will say, how can my man and my woman earn more than me? It's more like women, you always have one problem or the other with the women folks, and I feel like it is actually unfair to the female folks. And then
just to add to what you just said, I have this ideology I came up with, and it goes like this: the moment we take, it's me, I don't know if the word is correct, genderism, like tagging everything to a gender, I feel like everybody will have peace of mind. The moment people learn to take responsibilities for their action, things will be easier for us to understand. Because the problem is, any small thing they'll tag it to a gender, and statistically it's always the women. So I feel like if they remove that gender, there'll be more peace of mind will be there.
Okay, I think this is her own recommendation. Let me hear your own recommendation. What do you think that women should do?
It would always be the same, the same advice that we have given for a long time. Get your bag, make your money, be as independent as possible, because there is nothing as sweet as financial freedom. It would give you the leverage that other things cannot give you. Now, I'm not saying get financial freedom and be a problem or be problematic, but it will give you the chance to be able to make choices and not to tolerate as much
disrespect
BS as possible.
And then again, well said. And then again, I just wanted to add to what she just said. We saw the video of Regina Daniels on social media where she was crying out about violence in her home, her husband's home. And I didn't like the fact, I wasn't comfortable with the fact that, people started bashing her. We remember the time where she was saying that she prefers to cry in Lamborghini or anything like that, taking away the context, what was going on in that video. Somebody is down. Somebody is feeling so broken at that point. It is the last thing that somebody wants to come to social media and see. So I think we should try as much as possible, in as much as maybe you're trying to segregate women or anything like that. Let us not forget that this is human and we should equally have emotional intelligence and we should equally have empathy in all situations. We should not just use everything on social media and catch crews, because there are a lot of people, even though Regina Daniels might actually not take this deep, some people might actually see those comments on social media and might actually go robust or maybe committing suicide and the rest of them. Let's have empathy. But let's move over to the second story. Now, a viral video has resurfaced online warning Nigerians not to expect immediate national recovery after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's tenure. The speaker in the clip said that many citizens underestimate the depth of Nigerian structural and economic problems. Now, the message trended on social media as nationwide protests took place in major cities over economic hardship, inflation, and rising costs of living. Now, security agencies were deployed to maintain order as demonstrators called for improved welfare and urgent policy reforms. Now, government officials have urged calm, assuring that measures are underway to stabilize the economy. Now, we all saw the protest, the nationwide protest yesterday, and this video that we will be seeing any moment from now, I feel like is quite apt. Nigerians, I feel like Nigerians are living in denial that they have this thought that immediately President Bola Ahmed Tinubu leaves office, that everything is going to get better. So they don't even feel the need to even see if they can protest or even try as much as possible to change the situation in Nigeria. But we are seeing a different trajectory in Nigeria. People are already taking to the streets to protest because they have realized that living in denial does not change anything. But before we comment on that, I will actually want us to see the video of this lady talking about the situation in Nigeria.
Do you know that there are Nigerians out there who believe that once this dehydrated lizard of a president, once his term finishes, everything will go back to normal? Poor unfortunate souls. Chai. It's like you guys don't know what's going on. You will soon find out why political science students and history students were crying when they announced this guy as president in 2023. When you think of people like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when you think of people like Donald Trump, I want you to think of them as endoparasites. They have so much in common, by the way. They are both criminals. They are both presidents. I want you to think of them as endoparasites. You know, we have ectoparasites, we have endoparasites. Endoparasites are parasites that live within the body of the host, and ectoparasites are parasites that live on the body of the host. So when you think ectoparasites, I want you to think fleas. I want you to think ticks. I want you to think lice. When you think endoparasites, I want you to think flatworms, tapeworms, roundworms. These guys are endoparasites. They have so much in common in the way that they work. Immediately they were put into the presidential position of power, they started appointing here and there. Appointed a...
Now, this was a video that garnered a lot of reactions on social media. But there was one thing she said. She likened the president of the United States of America and the president of Nigeria to endoparasite and ectoparasite. And she said that endoparasites are the parasites that live within your body that you should reason tapeworms, ringworms, and the rest of them. And when we talk about ectoparasites, are parasites that live outside the body, which we have the likes of lice, tick, and the rest of them. And I don't know if I should say that was quite apt, but the only message I want us to extract from what she said is the fact that Nigerians they are just comfortable with the situation in Nigeria because they feel like the president just needs to exit the seat, and once he does, everything will normalize. Now I'm asking this question: are Nigerians finally, with the protest yesterday, are Nigerians finally realizing that change doesn't come from personalities but from systems?
Who is going to change those systems? Who is going to move for the change of those systems? It's the individuals at the end of the day. So I understand what you're saying, that this is not going to be something that would change automatically, or something that when you get a new, better president, for instance, that everything is going to fix itself. But we have to start from somewhere. Because although we're seeing, when you look at other levels of governance, you look at the local government level, everywhere is corrupt. Nobody is doing what they're supposed to do. The state level as well, nobody is doing what they're supposed to do. But at the end of the day, who are they looking up to? They're looking at the president, right? So I'm not saying that when we get a new president, if we get a different, maybe better president in 2027, that everything is going to fix itself. What I just believe that it will be a huge step in the right direction. Because one thing that has bedeviled us as a nation and as a continent, the African continent, is bad leadership. So if we can tackle leadership, it will be a step in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. Well said. Now, coming to you, Genevieve, do you honestly think that, Nigeria is now at a point whereby it is only with protests that Nigerians can actually reach out? It's more like it's only protests that the language is the language that the government understands. Do you think that apart from people coming out in the street to protest, that the government can actually not actually take the initiative to effect change or to better the economy?
Have any of the protests been heard? Have they listened to our voices? Have they heard the protest or the whole protest? See, to be honest, I think that for Nigeria to be better, it is going to require blood, sweat, and tears. It's going to require blood, sweat, and tears. Like, we have to bleed. It is going to require sacrifice, because at this point, even the
lots
protests,
of people have sacrificed themselves.
I mean full-blown war. Like they war issue.
Are you actually suggesting that Nigerians stole the part of Nepal or Madagascar?
I'm telling you, even the way Ghana did their own, how did they do their own? War, because anything we are doing, these people always have a way to come back at us. If it's not to spray tear gas and rest of them, to scare, because they are scaring people to come out to protest. People now will be like, oh, my life is very important to me. They'll stay at home. They won't come out. So I feel like it's to just give them back to back, because nothing we do is we need to be more hard on the way we are going at the government right now.
Okay. Apart from that, I just want to know from you, Sharon. Now, how can the government respond meaningfully beyond promises? Because we've seen over the years that they've made a lot of promises, made beautiful headlines, but at the end of the day, nothing was followed through.
They should fulfill the promise they have made.
They've made enough, right?
Before they make, do you know what I would really advise for all these presidential candidates? Don't make any promise. Just tell them what I'm saying.
They should write anything in their manifesto.
Don't come and be promising. What will you want to promise me that I've not heard?
But that was what happened during Buhari's tenure, where Tinubu came out to say that he will continue from where.
What did he continue?
Tinubu made a lot of promises. Are you kidding?
His manifesto was plenty.
No, he did. Tinubu, from what we saw when he was campaigning, he made a lot of promises to Nigerians that it was so bad that we're thinking. He said we'll hit the ground running. There were many lines that trended from his campaign. So yes, he spoke about agriculture and how he spoke on a lot
and the youths.
Yes. So I was one of the people that thought, whenever he comes into power, ASAP, within 100 days in office, we are going to see meaningful results. From 100 days in office, 200 days, 2 years plus after, and it's just a funny situation what we have. So I'm just saying, we've had enough of promises as a nation. Don't promise us anything.
Fulfill those ones.
The other promises,
exactly. Quite apt. Now, talking about agriculture, let's move over to the third story. Now, 4 months ago, after the official launch, 50 billion worth of tractors and farm machines purchased under the Federal Agricultural Mechanization Initiative remain unused in Abuja. Reports indicate that the machines are parked at the National Agricultural Seed Council headquarters due to administrative delays. The equipment was intended to support farmers and enhance food production across the country. Now, an analyst warned that the delay could affect national food security and undermine the government's agricultural drive. Officials of the Ministry of Agriculture have yet to comment on the cause of the delay. Now, I'm just going straight to the question here, Genevieve. How does something this important get stalled for months in a country battling with hunger?
Well, that's because we the citizens are the gold mine for the government.
Whoa.
We are the gold mine for the government now, because these things, petitions were given for before the money was being given. So of course they are using us to milk more money. I mean, check a country where there is no production. We're not sending out anything in Nigeria. We are always importing things. So hunger is already there.
Hunger is already there, but I know that some farmers actually are waiting these particular machineries because according to them they are meant to give it out to these farmers, not even to sell it to them. And they already know about the headers, what's going on in farmlands, the reason why people are not visiting their farms to farm, especially, I mean, this is rainy season. The farm produce are supposed to be booming in the market, but we're seeing a lot of farmers crying out for help. And I'm asking Sharon, why do Nigerians leaders love launching projects but never finish them? Because the same question I asked, but this one, agriculture.
They don't have the interest of the people at heart, to be honest. When you come out to launch something like this, nobody forced you in the first place. I didn't come to ask, we didn't protest that we have these trucks. You offered it. Now, it was supposed to be free, like you said, and it should be given out freely to the farmers without any cost. Now, we are hearing that they have to wait until the president gives an order for these trucks to be released. And I'm saying the president has a whole lot to handle, has a whole lot on his table. Why didn't he appoint the Minister of Agriculture to overlook these distributions?
Which whole lot does the president have to offer?
Anybody, the Minister of Agriculture to me is in the best place because this is his field, right? Why didn't you give this to him to be able to handle? Because when I looked at the comment section for this particular story, a lot of people were saying, oh, maybe they want to give it out as loans again. People are saying maybe they want to use it as campaign.
Maybe next 2027 everything will come out.
I just don't think when there's something that we've seen with the Nigerian government, right? When we hear these huge numbers, 500 billion naira that has been retrieved from stolen assets, Kashim Shetima came to tell us about. We saw the millions they say they've been able to get from armed robbery politicians and all of that. Now, over how much billions of naira were spent for this particular trucks till date? This is 4 months later. They have not disbursed these trucks. They've not told us what they want to do with it. It just says that maybe this was just for political points in the first place. They just used it to get political favor.
I said,
you know, talking about talking about the comment section. I think I read the same thing in the comment section where somebody was saying that maybe it's an optics by the government that they want to use it as campaign strategy for 2027. Do you buy to that same school of thought?
Like I initially said, I said we are the gold mine. We are the resources for them to keep milking money and getting more gold and everything from us. So of course that we can buy that idea for them to use that as a strategy for campaign, you know, for them to use it to you know, give people, say this is our manifesto. They can add it to their manifesto. So I think that could be an idea.
Okay. At the same time, I feel it's quite disheartening that at this point in Nigeria that the government is so not interested with whatever bothers Nigerians, and it is quite sad that those number of trucks are stacked in one place, gathering a lot of dust, whereby Nigerians and the farmers at large are gathering a lot of hunger. It is quite sad. Well, let's move over to the fourth story. Now, the transmission company of Nigeria has announced a 10-day scheduled power outage in parts of Enugu State. The interruption will last from October 22nd to October 31st between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily. Now, according to the company, the shutdown will allow for major maintenance and reinforcement works at New Haven New Haven transmission station. Now, communities expected to be affected include Emene, Ababa, Transekul, Pinkas Kana, Ugogo, and Itukozala. Now, the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company has advised residents and businesses to make alternative arrangements during the period. Now, I'll go straight to the question. I just want to ask Sharon, is this power cut justified, or just another case of poor planning?
They're even lucky they gave you notice. They give you notice that
oh my
they are
God.
going to restrict power supply for 10 days. This just reminds me of, this is how you do things in a sane climate, right? You give notice. I was telling you the other day, where even in Cameroon, if they want to, even if it's for a day, they want to take out power, there's going to be power outage, they would give the announcements maybe through any broadcast media, radio, TV, that they are going to do this. Now, I am seeing for the first time in Enugu State that they are announcing that there will be a 10 days power outage. Go and ask some people that have not seen light for close to a year, 2 years. Who gave them notice? Who gave them public notice? I'm not saying that that is right. I'm just saying that it is a welcome improvement. I'm seeing it as improvement. And we saw the other day that Abia State bought 60% of EEDC, right? And what that means is that they are automatically the owners of EEDC. So what that means is that they are going to be making some new reforms in order to better the output of power generally, not just in Abia State. So when we hear things like this in Enugu State, it just invariably means that there is work that needs to be done. And after the 10 days, I will come back and give my feedback on what happened.
Definitely. Now, I just want to ask something, Genevieve. They mentioned that they've already told the citizens of Enugu to find other alternatives of power supply till they are able to fix the maintenance and repairs. Now, I just want to ask, how do you think the authorities should balance infrastructure upgrades with the daily realities of ordinary citizens, given the way things are, the cost of fuel and inflation and the rest of them?
To be honest, first of all, I think before they give out such notice, they should also provide an alternative. Just like you stated, fuel is expensive, and I don't think there's any sort
they should resort to fuel. Kerosene.
Because I don't see any other source of power supply right here. So I feel like the government, before they make out such advances, they should give a notice, provide alternatives, especially for business people, because 10 days is a lot.
Okay.
So let me just, if you're not in Nigeria.
No, calm down. Let me swing.
They gave you 10 days notice, you are complaining.
Sharon, it's you that will come into right now. Now, with what you just said, I mean, they gave notice to the people of Enugu State for against the incoming or the expected power outage. Now, I just want to ask, is Nigeria's power sector even capable of true reform without full privatization and accountability?
They are moving towards that, right? We've seen Abia State.
In particular.
We have seen. It's not Enugu that owns EEDC. Abia State to me now owns EEDC. So they bought 60% of EEDC. What does that mean? It's a higher percentage. So they own it already. So now this is what they are moving towards already. If they can buy 60% today, who knows? They will buy an additional 10% to make it 70%. So I just think that generally, right? Maybe they will have to be fully privatized, but 60% owned by a particular state, I just think it's a step in the right direction.
Okay, it's a step in the right direction. And I think after the 10 days, because according to them, it's being splitted into so many ways. Like the 10 days is just not straightforward. It's more like this particular location in Enugu State will have maybe 1 day or 2 days power outage. Then another location, they will restore it in those places when they are done. So I think after the 10 days, we'll still come out to see what will happen, or the review of people during and after the 10 days. Now, special appreciation to you, Sharon and Mchuku, for always doing this with me every single time on this platform. And welcome. To you, our new guest, you graced our screen yesterday, and it was beautiful having those conversations with you, and same again today. Thank you so much. Thank you. And then to our beautiful and handsome gentlemen and ladies watching us, thank you so much for always tuning and watching our videos. We see you, like I always say, we love you, like I always say, and we appreciate it. And please don't stop commenting. Please do not stop liking, and do not stop sharing. You can find us across all social media platforms at Active Citizens, and you can find me on my private page on Facebook at Oji Sophia, and on Instagram at Wisolex. Sharon,
you can find me across all social media at Sharon Enemchuku.
And you, Genevieve?
You can find me in the studio.
You can, oh, so you always in the studio. Well, let me just say something more quickly. You know, this has just been Aside Hot and Active Citizens, and I would want to tell Nigerians to stay woke, stay loud, and remember, silence is the government favorite too. If you choose to stay silent, they'll keep on trampling on you. We'll see you in the evening for Active Citizens Parliament. Do have a wonderful afternoon.